I'm just editing this video right now, and I'd like to apologize for not uploading in like a week. I've been really occupied with finals, still kind of am, but just managed to squeeze this video out. So hope you enjoy. Adios.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Quantum Breaks video. Today we're going to be reviewing the TIE Prototype Advance that came out during the Rebels line. Let's get into the minifigures. This set comes with 3 minifigures, which are the Imperial TIE Pilot, the Inquisitor or the Grand Inquisitor, and an Imperial Captain / Commandant. You can choose what to call him, but I believe that rank insignia means he's a captain. Let's get into the TIE Pilot. Now, him being a TIE pilot, LEGO really doesn't give 2 flying fucks about him. Of course, no offense. But he isn't actually that detailed, and as you can see on his face here, it's pretty much just straight black with some printing in it. He has 2 Imperial insignias on top of his head, and of course his control panel. He has no leg printing, no arm printing, and I'm not sure. Of course, he does have back printing, but it's not very detailed. Basic TIE helmet that they had during the line. They had like the same as the Inferno Squad, obviously they had the same helmet. So that's what he looks like in the front, just a better view if I need a little bit close up. And if we pop off his helmet here, he has the basic angry clone face, which was standard for the time. So yeah, let's get into the next minifigure. Our next minifigure is the Imperial Captain or Commandant. This minifigure also came in the Gozanti class cruiser or Imperial Light Cruiser, I believe. I'm not sure what it's called, but I do have one. He is not exclusive to this set, but he did come out only twice during the Rebels line. It was in this smaller TIE and in a larger Gozanti class carrier. Now he comes with a wonderful hat with some little symbols on it, and in his face he has some bags under his eyes to show he's kind of tired, maybe a little old, depends, eye of the beholder. He has his rank insignia showing his rank with a little pin next to it. And then he comes with a blaster and he has a nice little belt. If we look at his back here, he has just a basic print for pretty much all officers, who pretty much all have the exact same print. Not very different, not very special. Oh my. Now if we look at his face here, he has, as you can see, the bags and then very sharp cheekbones. One eyebrow is slightly raised. So yeah, if you want a closer look at the full figure there, that's what he looks like. Not a bad figure, but the next figure is the what would you call it, the white whale of the set. So this is of course the Inquisitor or the Grand Inquisitor, but in the set he is labeled as just the Inquisitor. This is your white whale figure of the set. This figure actually goes for a lot now, a lot more than the set probably was back then. I actually got picked up the set itself for around 65 USD, used of course. But he comes with his traditional dual-bladed lightsaber with the spinning hilt, although it doesn't spin in LEGO. A nice helmet with actually this red, that is actually like this red visor. It's actually built into the helmet, so we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. Some basic back printing and these nice shoulder pauldrons that have a clip for his saber, which we'll obviously get into in a minute. So yeah, let's actually go into the helmet first here. In taking off the helmet, you unveil his face, but we'll get into that later. So the helmet itself is actually very unique and its own special mold. So let's, oh my. So if we look at the side of it, it has this little print, which I believe that's obviously canonical. I'm not sure if that represents anything. And then this nice kind of little breathing area right there. And then the side, that clip, which kind of goes into his head. And then if we look inside there, you can see actually outside the helmet. And obviously, there's that red inside the helmet. That visor's built in. You cannot take that visor out. So that's really cool and a really cool piece and a really cool helmet overall. Yeah. Now, the actual figure itself. Actually, before we get into the figure, I believe we'll get into the saber. So, yeah. So the saber, in taking his head off, we actually gain access to this little piece here and the prints under it. So this piece has a little clip for your saber, so you can take your saber, for example, this obviously, and you can just clip that onto there like so. So now you have that on his back. There is no place in the tie or anywhere to actually keep these blades, so you can take these off, store them somewhere. Would not lose them. Now on the sides, actually we're gonna take half that blade off there. On the sides, he has this beautiful little Imperial print, and then on the front, you can see the print of the front, just armor, basic armor. Very nice piece. Not sure if it's unique to this set, but I really do love the piece. And now if we get to the actual main body of the figure himself, this is what he looks like. So obviously he has the print of what is on his little armor on his chest there. There's a good view of it. Let's move that foot there. And a good view of those legs. He should have a pauldron, I feel, but, you know, and in the back, not very detailed, not much. Just an amazing figure overall, though I really do love the figure. But let's get into the tie itself. Now getting to our actual tie here, we're going to start looking at the connections on both of these sides, which look pretty good and pretty sturdy, kind of like the Han Solo TIE Fighter, which is huge, but still looks very good. Now if we compare the connecting areas to our most recent tie, which looks horrible, looks much better. Much better than the most recent tie, and I really do like that and do appreciate that from LEGO. Now, going on to our wings. Here, we're going to go into this wing. They both look the same, so I don't have to go to both. We have 2 stickers and a printed piece. This sticker is a red bar, and this sticker is a little arrow, which points that way, and then this printed piece, which pretty much all ties have, fairly standard for ties. For example, this tie has it, and I believe this tie has it. And then if I go, I'm not sure, and this tie does not have it, though this tie kind of ended that streak. But nonetheless, most ties do tend to have that printed piece. So, something that should be expected on tie wings, traditionally. So, this tie also, the big thing about the wings is they fold in like this. So if you put your hands right there, you fold in your wings. And it sits down nicely like that. I believe this tie was sort of shown in Moff Gideon, or in The Mandalorian Season 1 as Moff Gideon's tie, though I believe his tie, I'm not sure if his wings went like this. I'm pretty sure his wings might have gone straight out. I'd have to go and look at that again, but they fold in real nicely. Feels really good, very compact, and it sits nicely on this flat base. So you don't have to expect it to shake or anything if you shake your table. Although, obviously, if you pat the sides here, it's going to rock. But nonetheless, really good. My one problem with this foldable feature is, like, if you push your tie, sometimes, boom. No downforce, just push, kind of. Not always. I mean, you can push it sometimes. You're pushing it lightly, but sometimes, boom, like that. So if we actually move to the back of our tie, and we'll do the front last. Actually, let's go to the front. We haven't fully done the front. Obviously, you have a window there. And then the top piece there, we'll do the top next. Looks really good. Again, we kind of already did the connecting pieces. So the back, of course. So the back's where it gets really good. So we're going to, obviously you can see this piece jiggles around a little bit. I'll show you why momentarily. So the back shows the engines right here. And some lights, and you can see your little things down there, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the back looks really good. Again, a nice strong connection with some like tail lights, you could say. And the big thing about the back is when you twist this, did that fire the other way at me? Whoa. When you twist this, it fires one of the flick fire missiles. So, boom. So here, I'll fire another flick fire missile at you here. So this is one of the big play features of our set here, is this flick fire missile, which just fires whenever you rotate this in either direction, which is why it does jiggle a little bit. So once you have the flick fire, if you don't have the flick fire missiles in there, it's gonna jiggle and sit around a little bit, but if you do, it'll kind of move a little bit like that, but that's not too big of a problem, I believe. Now the top of our tie here is really nice, and I think what I'm gonna do to get a better look at the top is we're gonna disconnect the wings here. Okay, so let's take apart our set a little bit. So the top is just really beautiful. I really do like looking at it from the top. You obviously see your top hatch, which looks really good and is a printed piece. And in addition to that, you have these 2 nice stickers showing a little bit more detail, showing more it's like it's a prototype, so it's not fully finished. You can still see kind of the insides of it per se. It has these slopes that go up to the hatch, and obviously more detail on the wings, which looks really good. The main part of this tie that you'd all be thinking about is probably the inside. And I do like the inside compared to other ties, though this piece kind of gets in the way when you're trying to cram your minifigure in there. So what you can do is you can just push up there and push up on that side, and boom, it comes off just that easy. Now the inside has ample room for a minifigure. Mine's a little bit dusty, and you also can't see the inside because of this lighting. All right, so the inside has some, as you can see, there's a light there, some ample room for a minifigure. We're gonna ample room for a minifigure, that was saying, and looks really good. A lot of black in there, a little bit of red lighting, or like I guess, yeah, that's lights in there. But yeah, good little area where you can set your minifigure down in there, and it will stay in place. So if we take our TIE pilot here, sit him down like so, and probably want to pick up these arms, as you always want to do. And then we just slide him in there, and then shut that. Also, there's this little handlebar here for your pilot to control your tie. And then obviously we're gonna have to put this piece back on. I'd actually really like to apologize for that. My phone kind of ran out of storage, so I had to clear it out a little bit. So back to where we were. So I believe I filmed enough of this, but you just slide your minifigure in there, and then obviously this control panel, which I will get a good bit of light on, which has a little red thing right there. You just push that up for your minifigure to control your tie. You put this back on, you close up your tie, and for us, we're gonna probably put our wings back on here because, you know, every tie does need wings to do some flying, eh? So we're just gonna real quickly attach the wings. Now the wings are really easy to attach on this tie, although I'm eating those words as I try to attach the wings because they are not attaching very well. There we go. And then just flip that around and attach the wings to that side of the tie. Or I'm gonna break it. So anyways, that's what it looks like with your minifigure inside, and obviously it will fold this out for maximum accuracy. And then you can shake your tie around here, and holy crap, he's a little bit out of place, just a little bit, but there's just enough room in that cockpit that he has some room to breathe, and obviously doesn't go around too much. Hope nobody's shaking their tie that violently, but you know, if you are, he'll stay in the cockpit. That's the main part, you know. So that is what the full tie looks like, and that's about the full set. That plus, of course, our minifigures here, which we'll place out right here real quickly. 3 minifigs, and we have our Grand Inquisitor. You can see his eyes, by the way, through that. Although, yeah, you can see the eyes there, and then he has his lightsaber on his back without his blades. So that is the TIE Advanced set, which came out during the Rebels line. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.